Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about communicable diseases under the subject of public health and hygiene. Today we are going to discuss about public health, hygiene, communicable disease, health and hygiene, communicable diseases. In this, what are communicable diseases? Communicable diseases which can be transmitted to person. These communicable diseases are transmitted by various modes. Some are airborne, some are waterborne diseases are there, some are vector-borne diseases are there. We are going to discuss various types of communicable diseases. In this, we are going to discuss about first plague. What is plague? Plague is caused by plague is an infectious disease caused by Ehrlichia pestis bacteria, usually found in small mammals and their fleas. This disease is transmitted between animals via their flies, and as it is a zoonotic bacterium, it can also transmit from animals to humans. As everybody know, through rats, plague is transmitted. Humans cannot be contaminated by the bite of infected fleas through direct contact with infected materials or by inhalation. If anybody, mainly plague bacterium, whenever a person suffering from plague, it is a his body becomes septic and pneumonic pneumonia. In pneumonia, what happens? Bleeding from nose, bleeding will be there. If at all any that person sneezes or anything anything comes from out of that infected person, it will be that if healthy person inhales that droplets present in his sneeze, then it can affect humans. Okay, that is only in this slide tells. Humans can be contaminated by the bite of infected fleas through direct contact with infected materials or by inhalation. Plague can be a very severe disease in people, particularly in its septicemic body becomes totally septic and pneumonic form with a case fatality ratio of 30 to 100% if left untreated. Although plague has been responsible for widespread of disease. Pandemic. This is a pandemic. Pandemic means throughout world it can occur. Now, nowadays we are facing COVID-19 pandemic. But in early 18th century, in Europe, many people suffered from, in 14th century, over 50 million deaths in Europe because of this Black Death. Today it can be easily treated with antibiotics. Plague is found on all continents except Oceania, but most human cases since in the 1990s have occurred in Africa. Most human cases since the 1990s have occurred in Africa. Democratic Republic of Congo, Madagascar, and Peru are the three most endemic countries. Plague is endemic in three countries, most mainly are Democratic Republic of Congo, Madagascar, and Peru. Now we came to know that plague is caused by Ehrlichia pestis bacteria. This bacteria is a zoonotic bacteria. This plague can be transmitted through small mammals or fleas, which is contaminated by these fleas. Next, cholera. Cholera is an acute diarrheal infection caused by eating or drinking food or water that is contaminated with bacterium Vibrio cholera or Vibrio cama. Cholera remains a global threat to the public health and is an indicator of inequity and lack of social development. Research have estimated that every year there are 1.3 to 1.4 million cases of cholera and 21,000 to 1,43,000 deaths worldwide due to this infection. Cholera is an extremely serious disease that can cause severe acute watery diarrhea with severe dehydration. It takes between 12 hours and 5 days for a person to show symptoms. It takes 12 to 5 days for a person to show symptoms. After consuming contaminated food or water, cholera affects both children and adults and can kill within hours if untreated. Because if people are suffer from watery diarrhea that leads to dehydration, that severe dehydration sometimes leads to shock and ultimately leads to death. That's why the impact will be death rate will be very more. In recently, and wherever in our country, Jataras are going there, are Pushkaralu, Godavari, Krishna, Brahma, Kumbh Mela is going on. Government immediately took preventive measures so that cholera outbreak will not take place. Government is taking very stringent measures, strict hygiene, sanitation at the places of Jataras and Melas, Kumbh Mela, Pushkaras, whatever, wherever these are going, government take care of sanitation to stop this cholera. And moreover, nowadays, government also providing bio toilets at the site of Kumbh Melas and these Sammaka Saralamma Jataras are going. And moreover, some, recently, whatever the clean food stalls also, roadside foods are also stopped. It should be very clean unless and until it is hygiene that won't be sold at the place of melas going on. Most people infected with Vibrio cholera do not develop any symptoms, although the bacteria present in their feces are 1 to 10 days after infection. This means the bacteria are shed back into the environment, potentially infecting other people. That's only. This is the reason our government providing whenever there is season, mainly rainy season. In rainy seasons, new water will come. So immediately government takes they are providing safe drinking water to the people to stop the outbreak of this cholera. Why? Because This is shed through feces. It is shed into environment. So it can be again enter into humans. To stop that, one should take care of safe drinking. Safe drinking water is very good measure. We can prevent this. And cholera is often predictable and preventable. It can ultimately eliminated wherever where access to clean water and sanitation facilities as well as good hygiene practices are ensured and sustained for the whole population. That's why government is giving incentives to build lavatories in their houses. Open defecation open defecation is stopped in India. Next, coming to second, polio. Polio is a viral disease and a highly infectious viral disease. It largely affects the children under 5 years of age. The virus is transmitted by person to person, spread mainly through the fecal oral route or less frequently by common vehicle, that is contaminated water or food, and multiples in the intestine. First, it enters into the body through contaminated water or contaminated food and enters inside the body and multiplies in the intestine, from where it can invade the nervous system and cause paralysis. In the year 1988, WHO and the World Health Assembly adopted a resolution for the worldwide eradication of polio, marking the launch of Global Polio Eradication Initiative, spearheaded by national governments. Is WHO, World Health Organization, Rotary International, the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, UNICEF, and later joined by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance. While virus cases have decreased by over 99% since 1988 from an estimated 350,000 cases in more than 125 endemic countries, then to 175 reported cases in 2000 in the year 2019. Of the polio is caused by three strains, mainly type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 2 wild polio virus is eradicated in the year 1999 and no case of wild polio virus type 3 has been found since the last reported case is in the year 2012 November in Nigeria. Both strains have officially been certified as globally eradicated. As at 2020, two strains are eradicated. What are the two strains? Type 2 and type 3 are totally eradicated. As at 2020, poliovirus type 1 affects two countries. Those are Pakistan and Afghanistan. The strategies for polio eradication were when they are fully implemented. That's why government is implementing polio day, pulse polio. Everywhere we can see to eradicate this polio, every bus stands, railway stations, on pulse polio, government is to prevent and to see every polio is eradicated from our country. This pulse polio is program is conducted. And every NGOs also taking care too. And WHO Rotary International earlier only told WHO main aim to eradicate this polio from the world. The strategies for polio eradication work when they are fully implemented. This is clearly demonstrated by India's success in stopping polio in the year 2011 January, inarguably the most technically challenging place and polio-free certification of the entire WHO Southeast region in the year March 2014. Basically, polio is caused by virus, poliomyelitis. Okay, three strains are there. Polio type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 2, type 3, these two are eradicated in the year 2012 and up to both are only one case reported in the year 2012 November in Nigeria. Type 3 also eradicated. Both type 2 and type 3 are eradicated in the year 2012 itself. Only one strain, that is type 1 disease, this has to be eradicated in the 2020. The strategies for polio eradication were when they are fully implemented. And WHO certifies polio-free nations, Southeast Asia region in March 2014. WHO declares Southeast Asia region as polio-free in the year March 2014. Next, hepatitis. Hepatitis is hepatitis. Hepatitis means hepatitis. Two types of hepatitis are there: chronic hepatitis and acute hepatitis. Hepatitis is nothing but inflammation of the liver that can cause a range of health problems and can be fatal. As we all know, liver is a vital organ which having many functions like blood coagulation, blood clotting, antiseptic, lipogenesis, glycogenolysis, glycogenesis, on synthesizing ADEK vitamins and synthesizing thromboplastin, etc. So, when this hepatitis virus, this is a viral infection and which can be leads to liver cirrhosis. Five strains are there in hepatitis virus. Those are type A, type B, type C, type D, type E. Hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D, hepatitis E. In these five, only two are it will cause very harm to our liver. What are the two strains? Hepatitis B and hepatitis C. These can be transmitted through contaminated needles, sweat, saliva, semen, etc. But they all cause liver diseases. They differ in important ways, including modes of transmission. That's all we have or earlier told. B and C through needles and saliva, semen, etc. Severity in the illness, geographical distribution, and prevention methods. In particular, types B and C lead to chronic disease in hundreds of millions of people. We already know hundreds of millions are affecting by this hepatitis B. Together are the most common causes of liver cirrhosis, cancer, viral, viral hepatitis related deaths. An estimated 325 million people worldwide live with hepatitis B and or C, and for most testing and treatment remains beyond reach. People, our governments are giving hepatitis vaccines to control the outbreak of hepatitis B, to stop the death due to hepatitis B and C. Next, chikungunya. Chikungunya is a mosquito-borne viral disease that causes fever and severe joint pains. This disease was first recognized in Tanzania during outbreak 1952. It is a ribonucleic acid virus that belongs to alpha virus genus of the family Togaviridae. The name chikungunya derives from the word Kimakonde language of southern Tanzania, meaning to become contorted, and describe the stooped appearance of sufferers with joint pain, that is arthralgia. Chikungunya people, they are because of their joint pains, they can't walk properly. Every joint is pain, so they will walk stoop. That's why this name came. Chikungunya is transmitted to humans by the bites of infected female mosquitoes. Most commonly, the mosquitoes involved are Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. These two species can also transmit other mosquito-borne viruses, including dengue. They bite throughout daylight hours. Although there may be peaks of activity in the early morning and late afternoon. Chikungunya is transmitted to humans by the bite of two types of two two strains. What are the two strains of Aedes aegypti? Two species, Aedes aegypti and Aedes albopictus. Next, dengue. Dengue is a mosquito-borne viral infection that is common in warm tropical climates. Infection is caused by any of four closely related dengue viruses called serotypes, and these can lead to a wide spectrum of symptoms, including some which are extremely mild to those that may require medical intervention and hospitalization. In severe cases, fatalities can occur. There is no treatment. There is no treatment for the infection itself, but the symptoms that a patient experience can be managed. Dengue, why this is very put? It causes deaths because when the person suffering from dengue, that will cause platelets count will be decreased. That ultimately leads to death. Earlier this year, WHO listed dengue as a potential threat among 10 diseases for 2019, and current outbreaks in many countries confirm this observation. Dengue epidemics tend to have seasonal patterns, with transmission often peaking during after rainy seasons. There are several factors contributing to this increase, and they include high mosquito population levels, susceptibility to circulating serotypes, favorable air temperatures, precipitation and humidity, all of which affect the reproduction and feeding patterns of mosquito populations, as well as the dengue virus incubation period. Lack of proactive control interventions and staff are some of the other challenges. Some So here we have seen chikungunya, dengue. These are mosquito caused by mosquito bites. So everybody has to take care of their environment to keep their surroundings clean and see no stagnation of water surrounding their houses. If at all any vessels also there should no water should be kept outside the house. If at all any stagnation of water surrounding, immediately kerosene is sprayed, then it will stop the growth of mosquito larvae. And moreover, government is taking to control this mosquito populations. So, in all, in addition to this, dengue and chikungunya, malaria also another disease that can be caused by mosquito bite. So, government is taking very taking preventive measures to control the mosquito population, spraying of DDT, spraying of kerosene in the drains, nalas too, and moreover, Gambusian fish is released into the wherever is this water. These Gambusian fish will be eating away the mosquito larva so that the mosquito population is stopped. Rainy season is the very favorable condition due to air temperatures. So to stop that, we have to keep our surroundings very clean. And coming to WHO, earlier this WHO is a told WHO earlier this listed dengue as a potential threat. Anything, whatever it may be the case, but we have to use to our the prevention is better than cure. So use of mosquito coils, next mosquito nets, Odoma, like all out my Odoma, everything. So we have to take preventions to avoid this. Okay, in today's class, we have discussed various communicable diseases. What are the communicable diseases? Polio, first plague. Plague, this is a caused by Erinacea pestis bacteria. Next, that is transmitted by the bites of fleas and small mammals through air also, inhalations. Because plague is dangerous because Black Death is occurred in 14th century in Europe. Okay. Next, we have discussed about cholera. Cholera is a caused by Vibrio cholera. Due to severe, it is transmitted by contaminated food and contaminated water. Next, we have discussed about dengue, chikungunya. These are mosquito bites. These are caused by mosquito bites. Okay. Next, we have discussed about hepatitis, polio. These are also viral. Only two are bacterial diseases. What are the two bacterial diseases we have discussed today? Those are cholera and plague. Okay. Then all are viral infections only. Only chikungunya, all are viral infections only. Okay. Thank you, students.